Good afternoon, fellow ruminators. Welcome back to another session, Rumination with Andrew. Thank you so much for joining as we are about to discuss a very important topical matter. And this afternoon, we are going to look at Andrew Holness, the best Prime Minister Jamaica has ever seen. Is Andrew Holness the best Prime Minister that you have ever seen? That independence or post-independent Jamaica has ever seen? That is the assertion that is brought forward here by Clovis B. Nelson in his article From Poverty to Prosperity. And we know that the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, came from abject poverty. He was born in St. Catherine and he lived with his mother. And I think they lived in a one-bedroom house. And now he has a mansion in Beverly Hills. And he is a doctor, he's a PhD or whatever he is. And he has prospered himself and Jamaica very well. He has done a wonderful job for Jamaica. He has transformed Jamaica. He is the quintessential transformative leader, Andrew Holness. Now, this uh, article was written on December 22nd, 2024. And as I said, by Clovis B. Nelson, and he's saying he's setting the record straight on Jamaica's developmental transformation since 2016. So since 2016, Jamaica has been on a path of development. And you cannot say nay to that because he is a transformative president. He is a neoliberal, and neoliberalism is the greatest economic philosophy or ideology since sliced bread. We have to understand that. We must accept it. If you don't, then you are not living in the real world. But I would like to examine some of the writers, that's Clovis B. Nelson's arguments, which I thought it was a very well-written article, and they should use him on the campaign trail. I think that Prime Minister Andrew Holness, if he and the JLP want to win the election, then they need to send Clovis Nelson on the campaign trail so that he's a good spokesperson and a good propagandist for the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, let us listen. He said that in the last 7 years, Jamaica has undergone nothing short of a remarkable transformation, shifting from a period of economic fragility to one of burgeoning potential and unprecedented prosperity. Beautiful words. Under the visionary and determined leadership of Prime Minister Andrew Holness, the government of Jamaica has embraced a strategic path to position the nation as a mini superpower in the Caribbean. Jamaica is a mini superpower in the Caribbean. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has transformed Jamaica into a mini Caribbean superpower. This bold vision has been realized through a combination of forward-thinking policies, strategic partnerships, and profound economic reforms, propelling the country toward a future of sustainable growth and global influence. You know, I remember distinctly that there was a foreigner living in Jamaica, I think from Europe, I think he perhaps is from Switzerland. And one of the things that he says about Jamaicans is that they're able to couch things in beautiful language. A lot of times they can write beautiful policies, but they're not able to implement them, right? They are short on implementation, but yet still they look beautiful on the books. And people read them and say, oh, yes, this leader is transformative, even though he did not do anything because he lacked the capacity and the discipline to have implemented them. But shall we continue? Jamaica's impressive trajectory has captured the attention of leading international institutions such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, the Development Bank of Latin America and the Caribbean CAF, and the Caribbean Development Bank CDB. So we are right now the poster child for these global international banks. We are the poster child. We are important. We are the mini superpower in the Caribbean because of the recognition of these very prestigious banks. These bodies have consistently recognized the Holness administration's efforts as pivotal rather to Jamaica's ascent in the global arena. So before Andrew Holness's government, Jamaica had not ascended, had not yet ascended onto the global arena. including during the Prime Minister Michael Manley's regime and administration. We were not yet known. He still was not a global icon. Andrew Holness is the global icon of Jamaica because he has transformed us and he has placed us on the global arena, on the global stage. The most recent annual review from the CDB comments Jamaica's significant strides in macroeconomic performance, debt management, social progress, because we have a reduction in crime and violence, and we also have an improved educational system and healthcare system. Of course, we are doing astronomical. We are doing phenomenally well. And climate resilience, underscoring the government's masterful leadership in navigating the complexities of development. So we can say that because of our climate resilience, the hurricanes that we sustained recently, that we were able to build new houses and we have given the people who have lost their homes new homes, right? I think the government was able to do that because the government, of course, displayed, a great level of climate resilience. Since 2016, and let me say to the PNP, you ought not to be jealous. You ought not to be jealous of the JLP and Andrew Holness, because Andrew Holness, the truth be told, is the best prime minister post-independence. Since 2016, Jamaica's economic growth has been nothing short of spectacular. The nation's GDP, gross domestic product, growth rate surged from a modest 0.3% in 2016 to an extraordinary 5.1% in 2021. It's not a modest growth, no. It is an extraordinary, because 5.1% is like 8% and 10% GDP growth, right? Showcasing the resilience and adaptability of the Jamaican economy in the face of global challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The World Bank notes that this growth reflects sustained recovery and prudent fiscal management, marking the government's ability to foster both short-term recovery and long-term economic stability. Wow, who can use words? This guy has a very good grasp of standard English, and he's using it to his advantage. And why not? A cornerstone of the Holness administration has been his unwavering commitment, his unflagging commitment to fiscal discipline and structural reforms. So he is a fiscal disciplinarian, as it were. The government's economic reform program has led to the historic reduction of Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio from over 130% in 2016 to approximately 94% in 2023. So we were in 2016, Jamaica's debt to GDP ratio was hovering around 130%, right? And by 2023, the Andrew Holness-led administration, with his brilliance, right, and his great economic foresight and vision, he was able to decrease the debt, as it were, to reduce the debt to 94%. Wow, this is astronomical, and this is noteworthy. This is commendable, and we must commend Dr. Andrew Holness for his great accomplishment. This dramatic improvement not only embraces Jamaica's credit worthiness, but also creates a conducive environment for foreign direct investment. The World Bank has specifically highlighted the surge in FDI, particularly in sectors such as tourism, renewable energy, and technology. And we're learning that during the winter season right now, that Jamaica is experiencing, a revolution in terms of tourism visits, with lots of important people going to Jamaica. Important jets. I think they said they had how many jets? 20 jets or more in one day at the Montego Bay International Airport, the Sangster International Airport. That you had some very important people going to Jamaica, and that makes Jamaica a wonderful country to visit, a safe and wonderful country to visit, because these, important people like to visit Jamaica, and that's what makes Jamaica great. Education, workforce development, and innovation. Jamaica's transformation is also defined by its focus on education and workforce development. So we have one of the best education systems in the Caribbean region, right? Jamaica has one of, if not the best, literacy rate in the region. For you to understand that and dare the PNP challenge me on that. The Holness administration has placed a strong emphasis on human capital development, recognizing that a skilled populace is crucial for sustained economic growth. And you have to give them that credit that they tried to improve the skills of Jamaicans. I have to, and I'm not being sarcastic here. I think that they have done something, and you have to give credit where credit is due. Whether or not the Jamaican population decides to take up his offer in terms of improving on their skills, that's another argument, that's another discussion. The implementation of Vision 2030, the National Development Plan, aims to equip Jamaicans with skills necessary to excel in a globalized economy. Investments in vocational training and public-private partnerships have laid the foundation for a more skilled and adaptable workforce, ready to meet the demands of a rapidly changing job market, right? Now, this public-private partnerships, where are we going with that? And who is, who are these companies that are at the helm of the global public-private partnerships? And is this just about making a buck or two? Is this about making profit? Or is this about, are these companies about rendering service to the majority of Jamaicans? That's the question that we have to ask, because these are just, lots of words here. One of the most significant initiatives in this regard is a Heart and STA Trust free training programs, which it's true, Andrew Holness has done this, and I encourage Jamaicans to take advantage of this. And I did come online yesterday. I spoke about, well, I haven't yet published a video about the fact that Trump and his H-1B visas, if you're skilled and if you have, whatever training that the US people might not be trained in, that they might just employ you and give you an H-1B visa. And the H-1B visa is is a path to getting your green card and then ultimately citizenship, which provide vocational and technical training to young Jamaicans, especially those from disadvantaged backgrounds. This initiative offers free access to various certification courses across high-demand sectors, including construction, agriculture, hospitality, and information technology. But these industries are not generating a lot of money at the time, because agriculture is not localized, and it is not something that we're not eating what we grow. We're actually importing. So I don't know how this is going to, being certified in agriculture, how it's going to affect people anytime soon. As far as information technology is concerned, apart from the BPOs, I don't see where the jobs are. In addition, participants are provided with stipends to support them while they are in training, ensuring that financial barriers do not prevent them from accessing these valuable opportunities. This effort addresses the high youth unemployment rate and empowers young people with the skills needed to secure meaningful employment and contribute to national development. And that is true. We can't knock them for that. I think I applaud Dr. Andrew Holness for this effort, and I'm not being sarcastic here. I think that it is true, and we can commend them for this, right? We can commend them for this effort. Equally important is the government's unwavering commitment to social equity. So the Andrew Holness government has prioritized initiatives aimed at poverty alleviation and inclusive development. Where is that? We're seeing the growth in poverty in Jamaica. Social protection programs have been expanded, while initiatives like the National Safety and Security Strategy have been crucial in addressing crime and violence, which, if we had social security network, probably the crime and violence would have been reduced. But the crime and violence in Jamaica is now out of control. Key barriers to sustained economic growth. And we don't have an economic growth. In fact, yesterday, Cliff Hughes, who is noted to be JLP, he said on this program that the growth that the government, of which the government is talking, seems to have eluded us, because Jamaica, as he's reporting, and this is factual, is on a decline. The economy is in decline. It is not growing. And he's suggesting that we're ending 2024 on an economic decline. That what Andrew Holness is saying is not true. Okay? The government's inclusive approach ensures that economic growth is felt across all sectors of society, with a particular focus on reducing income inequality and ensuring that marginalized communities are empowered. Okay, now let's talk about our infrastructure and connectivity, because they have given us a great infrastructure that I think I've heard Americans and other people speaking about how great Jamaica's infrastructure is. The roads are just in excellent condition. They're paved. We have nice highways. We have great bridges, and we have modern transportation system. Yeah, I think I've heard people whispering that in my ears, that yes, we have a phenomenal infrastructure landscape there in Jamaica. Under Prime Minister Andrew Holness's leadership, the Jamaican government has embarked on bold infrastructural projects that are transforming the physical landscape of the country. What did I tell you? Right? The most developed island in the Caribbean, the most advanced infrastructural development in the Caribbean that the Caribbean has ever seen. The development of the North-South Highway, the expansion of Norman Manley International Airport, and the creation of the Jamaican Logistics Hub represent just a few of the major projects. There are so many that he cannot itemize all of them in the interest of space. So you have to understand how great, how wonderful this Prime Minister is, that are enhancing the country's connectivity and positioning Jamaica as a critical trade and logistics hub in the Caribbean. These transformative infrastructure projects are laying the foundation for Jamaica to become a global gateway, not only enhancing trade and commerce, but also contributing to the overall economic competitiveness of the country. Right? We are to be competitive, and you've got to give Andrew Holness his credit. He has created and built a robust infrastructure in Jamaica that even his detractors have to give him credit and say that he is a great infrastructure developer. After all, his wife is in construction, right? Isn't she a construction developer? I think she is, in addition to her being a parliamentarian, a politician, an MP. Now, Brogod's path forward. Brogod, and we have to give Brogod his and now look at this whole about Brogod and using the G-O-D. It's just disgusting, right? Now, looking ahead, the Jamaican government has announced several key measures designed to further support the economy and improve the welfare of the citizens. The removal of income taxes for 100,000 workers, a reduction in the general consumption tax, the GCT, on electricity, and a debt write-off for delinquent National Water Commission customers demonstrate the government's commitment to equitable development and alleviating financial burdens on vulnerable populations. And may I ask, where is the money coming from to do all of these things? While these things may sound commendable, ladies and gentlemen, but we have to look at all, we have to cross all the T's and dot all the I's to see where are the tricks, right? And the loopholes in all of these policies. We can't just look at them superficially, as some people are talking, to say, wow, these are wonderful policies, but we must look at them in depth. We must delve into them. We can't just look uncritically and say that, yes, superficially, they sound wonderful, but the question that I'm asking is, where is this money coming from to sustain all of these grandiose policy platform plans? Jamaica's journey from poverty to prosperity is a testament to the visionary leadership of Andrew Holness and the unwavering resilience of the Jamaican people. Right? Because we are on a path, it's from poverty to prosperity, from poverty to prosperity. I think the Butcher Bantons and these even need to sing this song, Poverty to Prosperity. The government's masterful stewardship has led to remarkable achievements, and these successes extend far beyond statistical data. They represent the aspirations of people determined to thrive, right? A people that is determined to thrive. As Jamaica moves forward, the government's commitment to growth, equity, and sustainability, we love this word sustainability, ensures that the country is poised to become even greater. with continued investments, because people love Jamaica and they think that we have all the infrastructural, things there to be able to launch their businesses. Why not? And Jamaica has an excellent dollar in terms of our currency. Excellent. With one of the lowest inflations in the Caribbean and Latin American region. So we've got to let the investors know that Jamaica is a safe place to invest also, right? One of the safest with the lowest crime rates in the region. And we've got to thank Andrew Holness for such a splendid job that he has performed, that he has done. With continued investments in human capital, infrastructure, and sustainable development, Jamaica is well on its way to realizing its full potential as a global leader. We are a global leader. Now, remember now that we are a mini Caribbean superpower. And dare anybody challenge Jamaica about our crime and violence, about our infrastructural deficiency, about the fact that we are the second in terms of, statistics in terms of the highest people, the country with the highest brain drain, right? Dare anybody challenge us? And I really want to know why Jamaican professionals are leaving. Why are the university students yearly, annually, leaving Jamaica? 80% of them leaving Jamaica annually in search of greener pastures when Jamaica is the mini superpower in the Caribbean. Why? Why? Why are our roads in deplorable conditions? But maybe I am the one not seeing. I do not have the perspicacity. I do not have the 2020 vision, the 2020 eyesight to see that the government, there are no potholes there, really, right? That the roads are in excellent condition. I think that I've blundered and I need to get my eyes tested. The world watches with optimism as Jamaica's future is bright and its people continue to chart a path of success into the 21st century and beyond, and beyond. What Jamaica needs now, right, is greater productivity. And I would encourage all Jamaicans in the diaspora rather, to return home, because home is where you need to be. Because with these level of development that we are witnessing in Jamaica, how could you not return? You have a safer Jamaica to return to. You have a prosperous economy, excellent roads and infrastructure, an excellent education system, and excellent and world-class healthcare infrastructure. That if you're sick, an ambulance is right there to take you in. Excellent doctors will attend to you. You also have free healthcare, by the way. So for those of you in the United States who might not have healthcare, or your healthcare is too expensive to maintain, you need to go to Jamaica, right? You will have an excellent healthcare system, and the doctors will treat you very, very well. And we've got to give Andrew Holness his credit, Andrew Michael Holness, his credit for creating a prosperous Jamaica, because it is in fact Andrew Holness, Dr. Andrew Michael Holness, from poverty to prosperity. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. Remember to like the videos so that the videos can be shared with as many people on the platform. Please subscribe so that we can grow our channel and we can spread truth about this great development that is happening in Jamaica and the world at large.